to talk with you about the night vision sights and how it compares with one of the leading brands night sights out there in the marketplace today. And I'd like to show you how it transitions from a light environment or lit environment to a dark environment. And one of the things in particular with regards to the night vision that I particularly like is that it transitions very well from a dark environment to a lit environment. Now, some people ask, well, why? If you're going to be in a night setting, why would that matter? So on and so forth. Well, think about it. If you come home from being out in the town and you witness that your front door is kind of open and some of the lights are off or on or whatever, and you're coming from outside, which is lit, and you go into a room which is dark, that's going to matter, especially when you have a transition of light that is actually somewhat gradual. On the night vision sights, what I like particularly about them is that in addition to having the tritium either in the center dot in the front sight or on the rear sights as well, they have, on certain models, they have rings around them, whether it be neon in the front sight or white or black in the back, that actually during the daytime will actually bring out the color of the sights, but then when you're transitioning to night, it actually dims very well and actually transitions very seamlessly into just the tritium sights. And now let's just talk about the tritium. Now, in my opinion, night vision sights have the brightest tritium out there in the marketplace. And we kid that the tritium inside night vision sights can light up Times Square. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at how it compares with one of the leading brand night sights out there in the marketplace today. First, I'd like to talk about one of the leading night sights out there on the marketplace on this firearm. As you can see in the daytime here, you can see the sights fairly clearly. There's not much pop in regards to color, but if you're doing your sight picture and sight alignment properly, you can certainly get a good shot off. But as we transition from nighttime, let's take a look at how this set of night sights transition from day to night. As you can see in a completely dark room, I can see the rear sights really well, but with a little bit of distance, that front sight is there, and I can see it, but it doesn't have that pop. So great for if you have your night vision. Say, for instance, you were asleep and you heard that bump in the night. This would be perfectly fine. Now I'd like to talk about the night vision night sights. As you can see here in the daytime, we can see certainly clearly the night sights. As far as the rear sights, we can see them absolutely clearly. There's no question in regards to whether I can see them in contrast with the actual rear sight aperture or the platform. As far as the front sight, if I'm looking at it down there, even though the image here is somewhat blurry, I can see that yellow ring around the center really well. As we transition from day to night, let's take a look here and see how this transitions in regards to light. We take a look, we see that the night vision rear sights are just popping out in the nighttime. And unlike the previous front sight, those front sights right down there, I can see that clear as day. So even if I was sleeping and say heard that bump in the night, I can see those sights clearly, but as we transitioned, the tritium just lit up and became a lot more brilliant as the room got darker. So today we took a look at the night vision night sights and how they matched up with one of the night sights of the leading brands out there. And a couple things to note is that not only during the daytime did those sights really pop out with the respective rings around them, providing some contrast, but also during the transition period from transitioning from light to dark, they really transitioned well. And of course, the tritium really popped out once the room got dark. One of the things we saw with one of the leading brands out there was that during the daytime we can see the sights, but they really didn't stand out as far as pop. Now, if I'm coming from an environment that has a lot of light to an environment that has a lot of has just dark, and my night vision is not necessarily there, that could pose an impact. I really want something like the night vision tritium to really pop out and catch my eye when I'm in that transition environment. So a little comparison with regards to night vision and some of the leading brands out there. Personally, I have night vision on my firearms, enjoy their performance and what they do, and highly recommend them for those of you out there looking for night sights on either EDC or home protection firearms.